Jumpstart is an organization. Okay. So an example of an organization, thank you, ma'am. An example of an organization is Jumpstart. What else? What else does somebody else say? An organization is a company. An organization is a company, ne? Or what? An institution. Or now, when you go and register a company, Mr. Pleasure, when people register companies, they've got different types of companies that they register, isn't it? Back pocket. Ngicela sifake back pocket. Izowa bese uyangishaya and angikho ready ukushaywa this weekend. Kudala ngishaywa. Sengizwile into. Yeah. Wangikhombisa ukudala ngishaywa. Right. So when they register a company, you register as what? As an enterprise, and it. But a type of a company, type of an organization. Actually, company is a type of an organization. Nangizwa what? An enterprise. It's a company. Nina money company utani baningi in company. Company is a small holding where there's other partners in the company. But when you talk of an organization or an institution or registering city company, but the company is the definition of part of the organizations that might exist. Another money is one. So if you are a sole trader, you are not a company. Neyaza ngithi sole trader. Umuntu lo sebenza I1. So sole trader is not a company. So when you talk of an organization, we're talking of all these things. It's an enterprise, it's an outfit, it's an association, it's a company, it's an institution, that's an organization. So when you talk of, describe the code of conduct and ethical issues in an organization, we must explain this. What is a code? We spoke about this Tina last week in Bombela. What is a code? What do you think is a code? What is a code? Combination of elements. Which elements? Mama, ngicela ungibambele ngapha uze ngapha. Combination of which elements? Sondela futhi. A combination of which elements? Alright, uthi-ke it's a combination of elements. Nithini nina abanye? It's the law. Abanye abantu bathi it's the law. Sisi ngicela uphakame. Nawe mama. Abanye abantu bathi it's the law. Ngicela uphakamise mfethu ngapha. It's the law. It's a combination of elements. It's the law. Omunye uthi yini? Sihlangane futhi sihlangane. Omunye uthi yini? Right. Usisi lo. This sister is dating this guy, hypothetically, I'm sure ngonjalo. Usisi lo is a friend with that other sister. Now they break up with this guy. Is she allowed to date him? What? What is a code? Nakho ke wena usho girl code. What is a girl code? Put ngicela ngiphakame. It's a rule. So code is a rule, it's a code, it's what is the law, it's the what? It's the what? Again? Bafethu ngezakini ningabi disruptive, sisaxoxa. Bamba ngaluze ngapha. Ngifuna ukunibona bona ningihlelele ngathi sikasesilindi namhlanje. Yabona manje sekuzocaca manje. Manje ngiphezu komuntu. Manje ngisemntwini yabona. You two can sit here, the freedom of the seat. This whole field is yours. Right, guys. Somebody said a code is a what? Could be a rule, ne? Could be a principle, ne? Could be a law. What else? Some codes are good, some codes are bad. Somebody is dating somebody you actually would have treated much better than they do. But because the one who's dating the person first now is a friend of yours or a relative or a brother or something, you can't intervene because there's a code that says no, maga wathandana nomfweni or not that way or what angeke samthinde. Noma bahlukana kukhala wena more than bona. Because when you did not want to see this person disappear. But such is life, angithi? So when we talk of a code, we're talking of a code of conduct. Now, we've tried to explain what is a code. Now, what is conduct? What is a conduct? What is a conduct? How you behave. How things are handled. I would think ukuthi ngesiswati bathi ukuthi phatha kwakho ne ukuthi uyiphethe kanjani. It's the same thing as your behavior. When you work in some organizations, they've got something that they call dress code. But in this company, some companies would say abafuni ama dreads or ama braids. Some companies would say abafuni ama sporty. Some companies would say abafuni ama slippers. Some company would say, you understand? So companies will dictate on your dress code. They'll dictate how you look. They'll dictate your walk. You know this. With the company actually to hambe. Now I worked for a company. It was called in Joburg, Market Street at Lincoln Building. I used to work for Kodak. And they would say, an employee of Kodak doesn't slouch. You can't. But you must walk stomach in, chest out. But so they taught us to walk like that. You understand? Then there are companies that force you by nature, even when you sign your contract, but you wear a smile. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Whatever you do. The minute you get onto the premises of the company, you smile. Abanye bethu ngeke baqualify. Aqoshwe kusemthayo. Mbavu buyele ekhaya wena ukhona. Who can survive working in an environment like that? Ungakhona smile the whole day, the whole week. You had to quit. Ubuhleki usmile. Ufunda ukusmile bona. I made an example last week. I said, I hired a vehicle yabona kwa Avis. Niyayazi ngithi Avis. Avis, those ladies are the masters in frontline staff behavior. You know, Avis, when that sliding door goes open, they're already smiling. Already, awakafiki nokufika useza kuye. Ubona amazinyo. Usaya kuye yabona. By the time you get there, ubiza ngesibongo mfethu. By surname, makakwazi. Because usually they know ukuthi Mr. Ndlovu uzolanda imoto ngo-10 no Fermielen. Obviously, any white guy who shows up at the door must be a Fermielen. Any black guy who shows up must be in Ndlovu. Because they call you according to appointments, unless there's a lot of you. They'd ask you, morning, say, what's your name, sir? Then they mention you by your surname. Now, I felt so good that when I got there, they said to me, maybe they expected only one person there. They say, good morning, Mr. Mkuma. And I was like, wow, she knows me, this one. And they said to me, Mr. Mkuma, your car is being prepared. I don't know what they call the guy who's bringing the cars over. Still vacuuming it and all. And would like coffee or tea, sir? It felt like, yeah, ngiyaziwa kwa Avis. Uyabona? Huh? Yeah, it might feel like that, but they do. And they retain their customers because they have a personal touch, that personal feeling when they deal with you. Then uhlangane nabanye laba sebenza khona bahlele ethilini. Ahlafuna ibubble gum. Angizange ngithi Shoprite. Ulithatha phi lento base Shoprite? Kanjani? Ahlafuna ibubble gum umuntu wenkosi yami. Plastic. Plastic. Omnye wangikhombe bona I'm coming there ngiphethe icard uthi. I've seen they even have a popular advert now that says void. Who's angry? About void. Shoprite customers are angry. Ndoda thina sithukuthelanga siyothenga lapha. So conduct yasemsebenzini is the way in which you're supposed to behave yourself. Who remembers how the then COSATU Secretary General was dismissed? The Honorable Zwelinzima Vavi. Niyamazi ukuthi waqoshwa kanjani COSATU. It was a sad story. It was a very sad affair. William Adisha makaqoshwa COSATU chairperson. William Adisha testified in a commission of inquiry ukuthi ANC behambisa imali ngama-bags. And the ANC said, you can't speak like this and be part of us. Not. You had to go. I don't know whether Madisha was telling the truth or by Kaza go to commission. You understand? So, but that is the thing. Then any indoor guys is this. Uzolinzima Vavi, they said it was a sex scandal. Bamveze TV. Uzolinzima is a tall guy. I think he's about 1.9 mute than most of the guys I've seen so far in this room. But we got a captain on the floor in the office, not the secretary. Can you imagine? And the secretary was a witness. On the carpet, I didn't believe it. Mute too much time, man. But then again, you see, code of conduct, there are things that you do in the workplace that you are not supposed to do, and they get you into trouble. Some organizations say you are not supposed to fraternize. What is to fraternize in the workplace? Ama-fraternities esemsebenzini. Emsebenzini bathi you can't wena kusebenza la emsebenzini uthi scheme sam, akusi-scheme sam. You can't uzokhetha abantu osebenza nabo emsebenzini. You can't discriminate within the company itself. Guys, niyangizwa? That's why many companies have gone on a roll and they said they're establishing what they call team building sessions. But they want to have everybody who's working in that company working as one team. When one of you has won an award, you have all won an award, because I can't have an award mhlawumbe ngokufundisa indaba ukuthi wena uyazibhala, lona uthatha iy'thombe, lona ngifaka e-TV, lona uya-editha ngithola. So mabathi the presenters won an award, it's actually award ye-newsroom. It doesn't belong to one person. So ama-companies amanye awayithandi into yokuthiwa i-fraternizing ukuthi asizwani nalaba nasekhantini khona badla ngo-11 ukuthi laba abanye mabafika babathole sebadlile. or laba bathola ichance badla kuqala ukuthi laba bathole sekusela into eyincane. It happens in many companies. That's the very same thing you're going to have to consider as an entrepreneur. When you establish your own organization, your own entrepreneur, to allow abantu sebenza nayo ukuthi ba-fraternize or banga-fraternize na. Sezwana bantu benkosi enkulu. Fraternizing is a challenge for many organizations. So part of the codes is isho njalo. Enye ithi, emberegweni you can't date a client. Afike ubhuti sisi ne. Ihang ne lo uyisho ne. Efube engaka ne. Emesone. Uthi uyayiphonsa wazi umsebenzi uphelile. Once it's discover ukuthi lo umthole la kuDzunani. Uqoshiwe kwaDzunani. Jumpstart. You can't date a client. Befuze uhambe uyifunela yena le khatshakhatsheni. Hayi la emsebenzini. It's a problem when you have employees emsebenzini who are dating. Bayajola. Ngoba namhlanje ubafo uthandana nalo sisi ecompany yakho. Kusasa baqabena basakhulumisana. Who's going to suffer? Umsebenzi wakho. Because manje uzothi athi lo ngicela i-order athi ufuna kubani? Utheni kimi izolo? Uzobona ubani okwenza lo order. Their argument is now affecting my business. Do you understand? You find such people at the workplace that don't want to talk to one another. Because baqale ngokudyora because. Or else, some people are what do they call them? Some people are, you know, this thing that is called a bird of prey. You know, birds of prey. Do you know a bird of prey? Like a vulture. It preys on other birds. You know, the hawk preys on other birds and small rats and things like those. Some people themselves, they become preys. It could be a boss, a supervisor, a manager, who always, whenever a new lady comes in, preys on them. When it's done, he ditches. He waits for another new one. He preys on them. When it's done, he ditches. But the same thing happens with the ladies today. Ladies, they do it. These smallanyana boys, bama-six-pack la. U-anti uyambheka athi azi umdlalo sewakwaba nje sisahlangana. Umdlalo manje sekwenye into engaka ngathi i-tube. So now she's reviving her days nomdlalo so through this poor little boy. And this boy can't say no. Because yeah, lo mfana lo uyacabanga ukuthi makangathi no kuwe uzomqosha bona. Uvela umtshela after hours uthi wena Sibusisi uthathela amaphepha ufake ebhutini wezana and ngikhathela mhla kudala ngihleli lapha ku-boardroom ungiphelezela ungisekhanza imali iteksi ekhaya. You ordering me around, you even forget ukuthi job description yakhe ayithi uyakudrivela. They do it. Makafika lapha sekathengelwe ijini. Can you imagine ugogo omdala afuna ukugqokisa ijini and uyakwazi ukuzigqokisa mos. But sekubuye lapha ithi ngibona ukuthi kufanele kanjani mfana wami. Cha ugogo usugogo wakho nogogo nje. Leso sikhathi uwese kunogogo wakho uthi no akusugogo nje. So i-code of conduct is addressing issues like those emsebenzini. Is addressing issues like those ukuthi ugqoka kanjani, uhamba kanjani, ubehave kanjani, baphatha kanjani abantu osebenza nabo. I have a problem. I have little girls, uTowanda, no, the latest one, uTowanda, no Mandis. They like watching this thing by Despicable Me. Do you know that? There's a part where Ukru had a girlfriend, like a spy agent. You know Ukru was a guy with a long nose. So Ukru and a girlfriend, they are so attached and so in love. So they think they are the ideal couple. So kuqoshwa lo uyi-one nomunye kwathu uthi nami ngiyahamba but ahamba mase baphuwa boyi-two bahamba bayoncela umsebenzi. Some people are like that emsebenzini uqabana nalo because bayadata so ukwatho lo umunye kasafuna ukusebenza ma uyazibuza ukuthi ngiqoshe usiphi izolo mara umamthise kamunye what's happening, then others will tell ukuthi hayi wena wazi ukuthi uqoshe lo. You see, those are some little things, subliminal things that you think may not matter in your company. But you go out to employ people, they start dating. Mabalova boy-two on a Monday. Mabadoja boy-two on a Friday. During the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they play hide and seek. But vele banyamalala exceptions ongaziwa ukuthi bayiphi. Mawuthi bheka social media yabo basemall. you are supposed to be paying them while bona begalavanta during working hours. Bazenzo Romeo no Dlamini. It was Romeo and Juliet, ne? Yeah, so guys, it's very much important. So amanye companies our vumi. I have a friend now, he's also facing the same thing. It turned out that one of the ladies oqashiwe these days, girlfriend yakhe, and the seniors discovered wena bathi lo mntwana owakho. Yeah, but suspension by investigator. You see, simple things. And zenzeka nizazi lezi zinto. So, but you might not understand why such things are happening. You're noted, my brother. The story you spoke about, we'll address it now. Yeah. So the code of conduct is trying to look at things like those. If when you had a company, what things would you expect abantu bakuthi bangazenzi? Le ndaba seyingawe ke mngani. Ngiphe example. You are now this entrepreneur, unabantu bakho naba benza ama-chips la esitolo sakho, or benza i-car wash, or benza. What will be the code of conduct of your company? Car wash, ama-chips, or rebuilders warehouse oyakhayo, or uthengisani, whatever it is that you do. Yizini lezi zinto xa wena as an aspiring entrepreneur and a businesswoman or gentleman of the future, ufuna abantu bangayenzi uma besebenzela wena. Yini? Ngizothatha izandla ke bafethu uzothi number 1 ungakhulumi kwamanje, number 2, number 2, number 3, number 3. Bokhuluma bhuti. Number 4. Okay, sharp. Number 1 asikhulumi. Angikuzwa kahle.
They must not come if they are drunk.
So you allow them to be drunk so that when they are drunk bangezi uthini? Oh, la usebenza khona. So manje inkinga mhle yakho ke. Manje nawe umuntu bekadakiwe izona namhlanje iMonday. Ufile ukuthi akadakwanga. How are you going to prove ukuthi udakiwe or akadakwanga namhlanje? So you're going to have to come up with a code of conduct. Leyo nto loyisho fanele kuyisho ukuthi umuntu mangabe or ungathi umuntu odakiwe, at least uthi on the day umuntu kufanele emsebenzini asober and to check sobriety levels abantu uzenza amapla. Ungathi obedakwe before angeze ngoba kuzoba sengathi uyipreemptile uyabazi abadakwayo bagadile. But I understand what you are saying. So that's very much important because if lo muntu uzadakiwe and then gets injured, it's also going to be a loss on your company. And probably naye angaze akusuke athi ulimalele emsebenzini injury on duty, uyabona? So that's very much important. But you need to find a way to coin it ukuthi bangeze emsebenzini. Number 2, uthini?
I wouldn't allow them to buy potatoes and cooking oils and so on their own ngoba to disrupt the financial thing. Angeke ngathi ukuthi bathenge amalini, maybe mina bengafuna ukuthenga 5 kg, bengifuna ukuthenga 7 kg, bona sebathengele amazambane labafuna wona.
Yeah, last week we had an example of a similar nature where they're saying the company order izinto to the value of 100,000 rands. But this particular month, mababala profits bathola ukuthi ba capture up to 300,000 rands. Meaning ukuthi labantu abasebenzayo uma ungekho beza nesabi stock basithengise in your premises. Bathengisa kwabo uma ungekho. Then benzima sometimes but subtract imali yabo from kweyakho bese wena usohlala unemali eningi unga-understand kanjani. Because mina ngitargetile ngathengisa ngathi I'm supposed to get 72,000 rand. Manje naku ngina 103. Le additional 30,000 ivelaphi basabe ukukutshela ukuthi hayi namanye amazambane wami. You see this? So it's a problem. Some people say that. I remember there's a gentleman who mentioned ukuthi bona laba sebenza khona. These guys, they used to do that. Bangabeki into i-price. Bazi ukuthi bayistoke le sweater. Bethenge 39 rands. I-company ithi ngayithengisa nge-59. But lo muntu olabelayo decide ukuthi no akafaka ama-labels, uyeke njalo. Then they speak about to themselves ukuthi sizoyithengisa nge-99 rand. Ocomplaina samehlisela izifike kule 59. So mayithengiswe zonke lamasweater bayaza i-59, 59.99 ayi-10 izoba yi-600 rand angithi. Bakune-600 rand yakho. Kune-surplus ye-400 bayayishare. So mabathengisa into kumuntu bayithengisa ngomlomo by word of mouth. Ama-prices aphuma emlonyeni. Enye yezinto ofuneka ukuthi ekhampanini yakho enze sure ukuthi i-10 rand, 10 rand, 20 rand, 20 rand because kusasa ngizoza mina ukuthi ngifuna ebesathenga lama-chips e-20 rand, 20 rand la, yiphi packet, meaning ukuthi abantu bakho baplace awabo ama-prices. What else? Number 3?
Angeke ngibavumele like bavakashele izihlobo nabangani during hours, working hours.
Niyayizwa le bantu Nkosi? Is this a good thing? Is it a very good code? What is the reason behind it? Angizwa? Bazovele badlela emsebenzini. And let's talk about the concentration span yomuntu osebenzayo. The minute kunomuntu ovakashile ohleli nawe, your attention to detail emsebenzini wakho izo-drop. Because now you also want to show courtesy kulo muntu okuvakashele. Mina I would say umuntu angeza kayi-1 for whatever reason, ahambe lo ayombona, but it can be a frequent thing. The same thing. Some people emsebenzini bayafonelana, ahlale efonini hour. Athi ngikhuluma nomuntu wami, ngikhuluma nomalume, ngikhuluma nomama, ngikhuluma nobaba. Abanye bahlala efonini. Bayahlala. That's why many companies now have got ama-pin codes. Ukuthi mawufuna ukufona wena nge-extension, ufake i-code yakho so that mababala ama-calls bathole ukuthi wena i-call yakho kule nyanga or kule viki wenza i-call worth 3 hours. But uzoyibhadala out of your own pocket. Because it means instead of working, when you're spending too much time on the phone. Bese kuba ama-laptops bafethu. Bafethu umnika i-laptop naya, umnika idongo le-company, uhleli ubukela i-porn. Mangasi-porn, badlala ama-cards. And lama-games bona bangawathengi amafoni wabo nge-data yawo. Mara nge-Wi-Fi yomsebenzi bayawathenga. And i-company is you. So you're paying for all of this nonsense. Then abanye, they love Jesus so much that utafika nje ekuseni athumela abantu abaya-100 ama-message. If you love Jesus, type amen. Then the whole country is typing amen on your account. Ubophatala lama-bulk SMSs and emails and all. Bafaka ivesinyana elincanyenyana lapha. The Lord says, if you deny me in the what, I will deny you in front of my Father. If you love Jesus, send this to 20 people. Guys, you know these things. Niyazenza ngithi. You don't understand what's for, you do it just J. I-blackmail. Also nithumela ukuthi uthukelele ukuthi bazothi umthanda uJesu mawungayenzi. Shame i-blackmail emotion. Huh? You feel bad if angithumeli. I remember another one was dismissed in a company in Joburg. Wathola isithombe sase-Europe somntwana owe ngobuso in the ocean. Wathi lo mntwana ushonile. Type what. Ile email bayi-trace bathola ukuthi ibuya kuye, company yam-dismiss. Bambuza nalo mntwana amthumela, lo mntwana uyamazi? No. Isithombe sokwenzani lesi? No, I also found it, sir. You find and send, but. So guys, do you understand? So in companies, we have codes. Because honestly speaking, we are brothers. We are brothers. He has a girlfriend I admire a lot. They break up. Do you think he'll ever trust me again? No. Will I trust him with this girlfriend of his that is now my wife? No. He has created a isn't. Ama codes, they work on things like those. I worked for government for a very long time. I never allowed nobody. There was this beautiful girl once I worked with in my office. Mashiko gave me this girl as a secretary. This girl was not right. There's a spirit around Lumdana alone. Like, and it's not right. Can't be. We're wrong. We're wrong at all levels. We're wrong, yes. And then I'm themed days. You know themed days? Like what is Secretary's Day, Boss's Day. You know such strange days that are not on the calendar. Yeah, enza lezi zinto lezi ngalobo Boss's Day, say ngulethele this, ngulethele that. And it gets to you as a person. It gets to you. I went to the board meeting and I told the director and I said, "Angsamfuna knows and I I said, Mr. Mkum, what has she done? No, it's not what she's done. It's what I'm going to do if you keep keeping her there. So I don't trust myself in her presence." It's the honest truth. So I ngicela bamkhiphe bangilethele out bathi usifiso yakakheso. Bengisipana grade nale out le. Benivuye ekuseni ukuthi ngamla nali ikhankela ngithi hola. Yabona kumnandi. Manje lo bese ngishalazela manje and yimi engisebenza yimi senior yalo mntana. Sekushala you can't work in usebenza kanzima yabona. Awusazi mfethu kwasebenza kanzima kanje. Bafethu those are things that you need to be careful on. Yabona. Ushadile unomkakho uyabona. Unendoda yabona. Then umuntu yakuphazamisa. Yes sir. Yeah, no, please go off. We'll hear if it's correct or not.
I want first clarity, code or
Conduct.
and principles are the same.
No, it's fine. We're coming to that. We're coming to that.
Are they the same thing or do they
They're not the same. They work hand in hand, but they're not the same.
complement one another?
Yes.
And then how do we like enforce compliance with the code? Because like I said, I do not want to be out of the
Context, yeah.
everything. I'm looking at the political structures, the entities such as the ANC. They put to us principles or laws and everything, like the one for retirement age.
Ngulalela mfethu qhubeka.
They put certain laws for us to follow as our leaders, and then they are also part of an organization, which tells us that as an organization they also have to follow the same constitution they give out, and then they enforce those laws upon us.
Yet.
What they do not. They are 72 of age, 2 years old in the parliament, and then they said the retirement age is 62. How do we enforce? I mean, are there principles that govern such compliance?
It's good. It's good that you're raising that point. What law governs the country, the Republic of South Africa? Iphethwe ngomuphi umthetho? You go read your constitution, it's a basic law upon which the country is run. The constitution has developed a parliament which is made up of 402 individuals. 402 individuals are led by a president. The rest of them are members of parliament, and the president can elect amongst the 401 any of them to be a member of his executive. That is the deputy president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, the ministers, deputy ministers, and so on. They are elected from that 402. The country is made up of 60 million people, and then we are controlled by 400 individuals. They are not even 1,000. By 400. Well, asiyekele by 400 for now. Now let's look at this. Parliament inalento bathi the constitution is sipha parliament angithi. Ulalela? Constitution gives us parliament angithi. Le parliament ilabantu ekithi by 402. Then parliament bese splitter. Kuba khona labathi legislature angithi. Abaphethe umthetho angithi. Bese kube khona labathi executive. The president nabangani bakhe. Bese kuba khona ordinary members of parliament. Ukuze president abe nomuntu umfuna la kulabantu la always umkhipha la. Then kulama MPs kunama departments angithi. Sezwana ngithi. Ama departments anama administrators. Ngicela ningizwe kahle. Kunomehluko ke la. Here's the difference. Constitution allows ukuthi kube khona parliament. Constitution does not put age limits on parliamentarians, the MPs, the executive, and the legislature.